I think maybe it was filming a little bit before I even thought it was. In regards to my feelings and thoughts about one thing or the other. So I titled this Estate. Why would you send one and not the other? There was a roaming thought. Why would you send one and not the other? At the time, for some people, it may have meant something to them. You know, we've been in this kind of this general kind of thought by somebody else. I mean, the PSA system, negative, oh, like we're on emergency broadcasting, and then everybody's under one thought. Oh, listen, look, we got these people like they're robotic. Oh, okay, this person do this at this. Lord have mercy, it's sad. But we went into this thought. It's not a but. I mean, if we were able to defend and to wing on us and be like, here it is, it's this, it's that, it's this. You'd be like, no, honey, it's just no, no, no. But anyway, we had this thought, and so it brought into this thought about for me, okay, because you have these, normally I call it the book, and there's some stories where they had sent the son out into the field, and then the son come back, and then he's being robed. Then there's another son, he went back to go check on his farm and all the other kind of thing, and hey, he didn't come back. So I mean, this stuff, I'm thinking like, okay, for real, if I'm sending you something, a state, we hope that our children will be good by us. Okay, when you start looking at a state, you're looking at inheritance. It could be jury for some people. They don't, but inheritance is, it could be insurance policy. A lot of people use beneficiaries. Okay, it could be an insurance policy. It could be a car. It could be jury. You know, a host of things that people want to transfer and give as an inheritance to your children, to your spouses, or whatever. Okay, things that you share alive, and then those who actually have it when their people are dead and gone. Okay, and so I'm like, well, you know what? For children, sometimes they a moment. You know, looking at here it is youth. I didn't want to complain about here it is anybody. You know what I mean? It's just too much. Like matter of fact, I'm like, wow, this is what it is, and me too. I mean, don't get me misunderstood, but it's just too much to go into. Here it is, the shenanigans of the conversation about he said, she said, the gossip, God sip or gob sip. I mean, it's just too. You'll get the kids say, "Well, my mama did this, my dad did this." Well, you didn't do like it was direct. Maybe there were some other things that you wanted from me that I was not able to provide. Vice versa. There was not a moment outside of me saying. So for kids who know that they have both parents, and then you're spending one time with one, and then and not the other, don't look at them negatively like that, baby. This world is for real. Okay, I mean, there's some people we see stories and people that are rich, or right, the spouses that go through this. It's messed up. It is. And then when you start looking at, let's just say, regular people, okay, people who may not be in fame and stardom, this right, discord that's going on the earth that deals with family issues, family law, family stuff, and going. Why would you think that I would be trying to do you when I'm trying to give to you then and more some? When you look at partnerships and relationships, the goal and partnerships and relationships, and count on them like that, clear that if you're looking at yourself as doing that, then it's just I don't know, not for my business, not when here it is, one thing or the other. It's sad. And it was not so much, it's just the thought discord about you're hoping that somebody do something for you, and then going there and being disappointed. Trust or being able to rely on people. It's one thing to say, oh, okay, well, person's in a service position, a civil service or a service position. Negative. We can't give those kind of excuses to being able to do a turnaround and provide whatever is necessary. Misunderstood. Let me calm down. Behaviorism. You know, I be looking at people sometimes and be like, for real, we get upset. What makes a person go from 360? And so I'm just looking at it and I just said, well, you know what? People get frustrated. Like I was looking, I was like, well, why would you get so upset when you could talk to me? Why would you find yourself like you just want, It's like, wait a minute, hold up. I thought everything was cool. Why are you getting upset, angry, and then I'm trying to figure out what to do? And then when you start thinking about it, it has something to do with family. See, at an employer, matter of fact, hold on. That's a whole nother conversation. I'll go there another now on this one. But an employer, there's counseling and stuff. Write up a little report, they put it together. At home, there's a difference. You got to talk those things out. You may say, well, baby, I'm not happy right now. You find yourself in another room, whatever, and then and try to have the conversation. You get some people, they be like, it's like, wow. Negative, and your children good, and you want to be happy and stuff like that. You didn't talk bad about one parent, or you didn't try to talk bad about yourself. You didn't try to talk bad about your trust and relying on people. Phone call. Here it is. My work and my ethics is good. I need this information. Can you send it to me? Especially when you know that you're on documents that's going to be trying to. I'm not asking you to do something wrong. I'm asking for the information so that we can try to put our pieces together. And somebody said, "Well, Irene, well, what is the information? I'm gonna send it." But if I ask you for the same thing in return and you don't send it, don't get me going. It depends on what it is. Somebody said, well, here it is. No, 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 negative. I wouldn't have done that. Why? Okay, when you want to sit there and talk about somebody storing things and doing this and doing that, and then that habit is not good, but back up. Why are you wasting that conversation? So I know that's lying. And that lying, legal means read, lying, whatever that looks like. So it's not that lying or here who. So I encourage parents, right now, the way that this is making it look as if we should not trust our children. That whatever it is that we want, matter of fact, I'm looking at a situation right now, and I'm like, why don't you just go ahead and give it to them? And this, that, and the other. It's one thing to say, oh, okay, this, that, boo, boo, boo. But then I'm like, why don't you? A lot of those people who are on the streets, do you think that maybe perhaps their parents left them something? And then if we want to sit there and talk about other issues that took place, but then you get some people who try to sell and all this other kind of thing. You think that's what the parents want? Give it to the church, thinking the church will do good. But then we can't look at the church like that because they become an organization and they got people inside the church they got to help. And then yet they try to groom the people who's inside the church to go out in the streets to help. And then the church building was like, well, we here, people want to change their ways, they can find us. Some of them. Okay? Matter of fact, I went to one church, I ain't gonna go there. It's not about church, it's about state. the thought of having a will to have an estate planner or to do what is that? Yeah, estate planner. Somebody when you're doing when you're looking at some information and you want the yeah, you want to protect your interests. You don't want your kids and stuff to be trying to dupe you out of your. I mean, I ain't gonna dupe you. You didn't think there were kids would do things like that? You pick up and be trying to call them and all that kind of. No, but however, if I'm calling you a little bit here and there, and I don't bother you like that, then it'll be easy. I'm like, wow, I didn't bother my lady. Say, oh well, look, we're out here, we're like you, and this, that, and the other, and then another person who want to be in agreement with somebody doing you wrong, and then they want they stuff this, that, and the other, and bitch, all of that. Then here it is, paying money to make sure your shit get delivered on time. It is delivery of mail. Service, people, service. So I don't know, like the estate planning to talk about a will, and then I said, well, say, well, I don't know about all of that because now you got somebody else who want to just worry us about trusting our kids. And then I'm like, wow, do you think? Oh Lord, we can't sit there and be talking about, I would have never thought that that's sad. Okay, and then that shit is just run thought. I don't give up about that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I know I didn't teach my kids that, and I know I wouldn't have no elongated thought about why would you say one and not the other. Your brain, you get whatever you're going like we on Jack and the Beanstalk so that we can have it. Either we're gonna be king, and we know whether we're gonna be in the rain or we're gonna try to meet the rain. Their home is their castle. Okay, and if you're sitting there talking about, oh well, here it is, the kid. Matter of fact, and I guess we could look at the most shallowest thing to talk about a bill or this or that. I'm like, well, who gonna pay for them bills? A simple thing. Trust my people, and I'm like, for real. When before, not even before time, talking about value, the value system. When you're able to trust other people, you know you're able to trust other people when they want you to rely on them. Okay, that you're accountable. Okay, if you sitting around waiting and relying, man, some people could disappoint you, can't they? So anyway, there's a story inside the book, and it talks about one of the sons going out into the world, and then the other son, the details are lost. Now he's found. His father robed him, and so the other son, he's with his father. Okay, now I don't know how you want to look at that, but look. And then when I think about these other things, situations, and yada 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 yada, and it's kind of looking like it's looking. See if I ever did this. That's too much. It's even more than I wanted to show you. Woo! Okay, my candle. Oh, what do you think? So anyway, estate. Wherever you write it up, you can write it up, and you'd be like, okay, one thing or the other. But then you start thinking about all the other stuff, the taxes. I think that most people and their actions dupe people out of their land. We have a whole conversation about gentrification, identifications. I'll say vacation, wife, mestizification, the colorification. Matter of fact, that probably should be it, colorification. Because if we talk about corporate, it'll be corporatification. And then in giving to their children, they're trying to protect not only their own assets and their self, but then also what is going to be given to them. They'd be like, man, I ain't gonna feel. You think about making some good friends or people who's gonna protect your interests and know what the drive is. This is how successful businesses conquer, because they have people who believe and check their interest. Okay, other than that, you can be land, 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 and the state will accept it. Okay, you are acting cycle of all this. Oh, is it one of those vacations? And you'll get people to done, but it's when you think you're being crossed that becomes the problem. You know that cross is real. It's like a T. You can add it as a plus, a T, cross, cross 80, and wanted me to manage her affairs. Okay, and I was reliant. I was really things that I'm working on and then being unsuccessful, but yet having something loom around and just like it's trying to be my friend. And I'm like, well, honey, we could be a whole lot of friends. And I think a long time ago, I mean, it's been some years I actually finished school, but so my efforts and the things that I've been doing have been really independent as it relates to me trying to figure out what I would like to do with this, with myself and the plans I had. It didn't mean that I was excluding myself from. You understand? So the economy and stuff functions. I think that somewhere in there, when we start looking at some of our societal issues as somebody being success or having money or doing the things, oh, see, you do. And I said, well, no, I don't know. This seems a little different. We have money, a little money added, and then we were handling one thing or the other. And then to be like, here it is, I'm true. Oh, I'm your woman. This is not true. I don't know. When you're with somebody, a partner, companion, your children, you want to build on whatever that is. Some people are. Some people are content, honey. Meaning that, hey, they got a man. Now here it is, ladies who want to have a tea party. They're planning and everything, and they want people to come support it. They need money, so they're gonna call around looking for money, right? Same thing with men. The guy said, "Hey, you need to have money for uniform. You gotta have money for this, and this is all on an independent thing because some things, once you get your little job and everything, they want the people to look uniform. That's interesting. Those uniforms that go back and get recycled, go home with them. It gets recycled. You can purchase a T-shirt. And a lot of people want to avoid the regret and the constraint. The thing is, when you got somebody who wants to tell you about death, it's not so much, oh, I gotta act on no. The thing is, um, I mean, those things when you start thinking about all like you need insurance, or you should make sure that your IRAs and your CDs and your I mean, these are the things that you people have as it happens. And there's other people who really want to have all those things so that they can protect themselves and to give to their family. And this and stuff, all that other kind of thing was in place. Some people they got good money for death insurance and stuff like that. No, but for real, living trust, living trust. So when you think about a living trust, a lot of those stuff you try to do to avoid court. Whenever trust, what is it? Trust court. The court, like I trust in you, court. Like I'm courting you. The other one is like, okay, we're gonna be at a probate, advocating for our kids, and like we could trust them and build on trust, and you know your kids love you and try to give you things to your pick and them together. And then we have let's understand this, people, that there's been people at work that talk about land and wanted to find ways to have other people on your shit, and then want you to be sick, and then here it is you trying to figure out why your shit looking raggedy and this that. You want to come and just deliver, just do things to your neighborhood and your community, and then they want to sit there and talk about all that FICation and all that other kind of stuff. Compliment was when I knew that person genuinely was just like a me. But when we got all that interference, it no longer become a compliment. You could tell me about this, but yet that lingering ass thought is there, like, okay, like, ooh, and I'm like, honey, you are the problem. Ugh, it's sad. Anyway, people, big up is what living trust, estate, and will. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about any estates or anything like that. They have to would they care for you and you care for them. And well, I ain't gonna lie to you, I think we had a roof over our heads, and whatever you went, if you went over a friend's house and they didn't have all the food that you had in one house, you would have been like you was having a good time. So why would you want to fault your parents when they were doing all the best that they can? Why would one parent talk about all these family issues and family law? It's fucked up. No, but for real though, hugging kids. I'm talking about your family. I don't know what to tell you. I'm Bianna. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I need some resumes, and people be like, "Oh, I had to." We went through this whole big thing about the Social Security number. Oh, and it's still true because you get people who want to do bad things. Okay, but we went through this big old thing about. So I mean, the thing is they go back to your meeting place, be like, okay, you sitting there talking about trust. I'm telling you right now, and then lo and behold, says the same thing about the little children. It would be like, well, here it is, mom and them calling. You got to come pick them up. What is the issue? It's just too much. It's just awful. Raise your kids, your parents, y'all love one another. Can't be like, okay, you're gonna like kissing and licking and all. Care is two. Care is two. Love is two. Yeah, care and love is two. I know that we have loosely like, oh, I care for you. And then you'd be like, okay, you care for me. What do you mean by that? No one sits there and put like, okay, your relationship about love, but people love to just watch you all day long and then want to see you suffer. People love, like they just case it. I just love for you. This misery is for real, boo. I'm telling you, honey, love and care is too. It's on negative and a positive. Love and care is on negative and positive. I don't know what to tell you about here. We need to land. We need to land. The question going to drive your mission and get you where you need to go, and making sure they hear that your interest is kept, and then all this other kind of stuff. And then you be sitting there telling the land. We need our businesses, and then this over. Who gonna do it? And then the hell you said to me?